Don't want to get overconfident because something like that could happen.
Looks like I done crossed the line.
Well, hello all my friends out there in viewership land. Why don't you grab a seat, sit down, and let me talk to you. It's time for another episode of Talking the Squared Circle here. This time we're heading back to 2007. I figured it's a wonderful day to take a stroll over to the story mode there and talk Ken Kennedy. Full disclosure, there is a stamina mode in this game, which I hate. I hate with a furious, and unfiltered passion. So, to fight that, we will be going on easy doing this playthrough. I'm also going in completely dry and blind. Have no idea what the control configuration is for this game, but we're going to try our very best here as we start with Ken Kennedy. Oh, the Rabid Wolverine and the Dead Man. Oh no, it is going to be a Benoit storyline. I knew it was going to be highly likely that we run into him during this playthrough. I'm just going to say that is what it is. It's 2007, we can't avoid him, but I wanted to focus on Ken Kennedy here. I've been watching all his pay-per-view matches in WWE in preparation for this video, so I do have some things to talk about here. Let's see here, what do we got here in Nana's locker room, Nana's apartment here? We got messages, so I believe, this is how you select matches, maybe. I've played a lot of these, oh my god. So basically what this is saying, we gotta get 4 wins, including one at the upcoming pay-per-view. We'll get a title shot, we'll get a shot at that strap here. Forgive me a little bit here if you see something on the screen and it's not syncing up for the audio here. I don't know what's going to be copyrighted here on YouTube, so I might just put in my own soundtrack here, which is what I tend to do if I think that's going to be an issue here, which might be something we run into on these. So as I kind of prep for this career, just know that. So here basically is the situation for the night, I guess. We're being told there's going to be a match between Chris Benoit and The Undertaker. We're going to be a special guest referee, Ken Kennedy here. So I guess that's what we're doing tonight. I don't know, but let's go to the computer, see what we got to do there. Oh my god. Oh, so this is WWE.com, so we get little highlights after every week here. Okay. We got shop stats, bios, okay, and save. So, okie dokie. This will be basically my behind-the-scenes stuff you don't worry about. And this is our story here, our main screen of the story. So let's get into it, Mr. Ken Kennedy. So yeah, basically what we're getting here is just a little bit of the story here between Chris Benoit and The Undertaker, a little bit of sizzle for the steak there, if you will. I'll let you read that and pause it if you want. We're going to jump right into the action here. Okay, so here at this, if you back out here, you go to the screen here, this menu screen here. You can go to the locker room there, or you can begin your week. So we're going to begin our week here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Smackdown. This is Michael Cole here with my broadcast partner, Taz at ringside. And Taz, how'd you like to be in this man's shoes tonight?
I can't believe you'd even ask me that, Cole. If you're willing to be the special referee in a match between Benoit and Taker, you're either stupid or crazy. And here I was thinking Teddy Long actually liked this guy. I don't envy him one bit.
So yeah, if you've never watched any of my gameplays before, basically when I go back in time to a wrestling game, I do like to play it without knowing any of the controls. I like to play it fresh, blank slate style. I like to have a little bit of the entertainment here for you guys out there in viewership land, be me trying to figure it the fuck out. So here we are playing Smackdown vs. Raw 2007. Again, with that stamina system, it's going to be a riot trying to see me figure this out.
Now that I have everybody's attention, I would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds.
Gained a pound.
I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Kennedy!
Name's so nice you gotta say it twice.
Kennedy!
Yeah, I did want to play as Ken Kennedy in this playthrough because I was a huge mark for him back in the day when he was running at this time in the WWE, and I did have a Kennedy shirt, which I got rid of way back in the day. I kind of hate that because I loved him. He was a charismatic fucking lightning pole.
And the opponent from Death Valley, weighing in at 305
The Undertaker.
Skipped Benoit's entrance because I didn't want to see it, and I realized now there may have been story there. A la commentary via Cole and Taz, but I'm going to go out on a limb and just bet I didn't miss anything. Hopefully I didn't. I'll go back and check that out in a moment and make sure not.
In either case, here we have the dead man making his entrance here.
King Kennedy, when he started in the WWE, he actually had a lot of pay-per-view matches with higher tier talent. I don't know if that was because they thought he needed it or if he thought he was ready for it, but rewatching those matches, it's kind of interesting the fact that it's like immediately with like Batista and The Undertaker. And one of the things that I will note is Ken Kennedy going against The Undertaker, it's surreal how well it fits. Ken Kennedy doesn't feel like he fits in the Ruthless Aggression era. He feels like he really fits in the Attitude Era. He's a very bombastic, loud, animated character, and he's not a bad wrestler, but the fact that he's such a great character and works so well with someone like The Undertaker, when I was watching this video package for their rivalry, one of their first matches, it's like it almost felt like it was in 1999. He felt so comfortable with certain people, and I can't argue that, and I think that's one of those reasons he was immediately paired with people like The Undertaker. He did need some work, but he still could hold his own in a myriad of ways.
So they're playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. This is the first game for that generation consoles.
It's the first with voiceovers shy of WrestleMania 21. I believe that may have been the first, if I'm not correct. I'm going to have to look that up. At any Paul, correct me.
A sold-out crowd in Memphis, Tennessee is on its feet. Michael Cole and Taz at ringside, all set for another exciting evening of SmackDown action.
Hey, we're bigger than Elvis tonight, Cole. This crowd can't wait.
That's a big claim to make, Taz.
Alrighty here. I like listening to Michael Cole and whoever recorded their dialogue throughout the beginning of the intros of whatever the story tends to be, but might as well get my bearings here. Obviously I'm a ref, so a lot of the mechanics are not going to play into how I move here, but God. Recording this after 8, I'm yawning and having to burp, and it's not helpful.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer?
But in any case, I'm trying to figure out, what am I can taunt, obviously, that's the D-pad. I move around with my sticks. Remember your horseshoe, Paul. Remember your horseshoe. You're a referee now. But yeah, I don't know the buttons for, I'm assuming maybe it's A. So B is your stamina. Okay, hold B for your stamina. I can strike with X, run with Y. I'm assuming A probably does the ref stuff, since mashing it right now does fuck all. Sorry, I gotta get my bearings here. Again, I haven't played this game since its release, and basically the last achievement I got, whenever that was the last time I picked up this game, so it's been a minute. I hope it's very clear to you, the audience, who I'm going to let win here. The Undertaker versus Benoit. Benoit, you're going home with a fucking loss today, sir. As soon as it's fucking possible.
Looks like he's decided to finish off his opponent. And what a way to do it.
Put an end to it, Undertaker.
I'm not next to the ropes. He's going to get... Oh, you fudging idiot. Gosh darn, dead man. Get it straight. Thank you very much. There you go.
That's all she wrote.
Undertaker picks up a win here in the first of our matches in Smackdown vs. Raw 2007.
Here's your winner, The Undertaker.
Don't want to click away or push A through this, because I don't know if there's going to be some type of swerve and I don't want to accidentally skip it. I tried to back out and check out Chris Benoit's entrance, and it accidentally pushed me forward a week. Didn't mean to do that. Don't want to skip anything here.
Player, I don't know what the heck you were thinking last week, but you landed yourself in a whole lot of hot water. All I asked you to do was to call that match right down the middle, but I guess the Undertaker didn't see it that way. Anyway, you've got the dead man mad at you, and that's like signing your own death warrant. He's asked for a match against you, and there ain't no way I'm gonna tell that man no. But here's the really scary part. No one's seen Benoit since last week's match, and I've got no idea what's going through Benoit's head. Good luck, player. You're gonna need it.
We know that music. Here's The Undertaker. Under normal circumstances, he'd be considered the most intimidating superstar on Smackdown. But I'd say he's in a particularly foul mood tonight after the controversial match he had with Chris Benoit last week.
Come on, Cole. Have you ever seen The Undertaker in a good mood? Besides, I can understand why Taker is angry. Thanks to the ref, the match didn't solve nothing between the Dead Man and the Rabid Wolverine.
So yeah, listening to Teddy Long's message, I don't understand why The Undertaker's mad at me. I helped him win that fucking match. But in any case, he's hell-bent on teaching me a lesson regardless. See what I did there?
You know, I thought I felt sorry for this man last week when he had to referee one of The Undertaker's matches. But now he's got to compete in one.
Well, that's what happens when you try to play favorites as a special referee.
Frankly, I'm not even sure that he played favorites, Taz. This could all be some sort of misunderstanding. But nevertheless, I guess we all understand now why no one else wanted to referee that match last week.
I like how they keep the dialogue vague enough so that no matter what you did during the match, it still kind of fits the situation. I'll give WWE credit for that because it's a fairly clever idea regarding continuity.
Now that I have everybody's attention, would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds.
Lost about.
I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside.
Man, you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar, I'm telling you. There's a whole lot of cheeseheads in the house tonight.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started.
Oh no, so A doesn't do fuck all. It's all on the stick, apparently, the grappling. Oh no! In any case, going forward for the rest of this gameplay, I don't know if I'm going to include 100% of every single entrance, but we'll at least include the story elements here of the entrances going forward. I did want to mention I saw Kennedy again in Maine when he was popular, and he was in the WWE, but it was in Portland, Maine, and obviously the joke there is, sounds like Portland, Oregon. And basically there's another city in Maine, Bangor, and so he's like, "You people in Bangor suck." And then someone next to him, grabs him and whispers something in his ear, and he goes, "Portland? What? We're not in Oregon." And it's just, I love that stupid cornball shit. Actually, a Trailer Park Boys fan as well, and they did a stupid joke like that when they came here. Ricky, one of the main characters, is known for Ricky-isms, his botching of idioms and crap like that.
How to get bourbon stains out of kahaki pants?
It's khaki, Ricky. It's a color.
Do I store finisher? How do I... Okay. Just wanted to make sure I did that. Get my stamina back up. How do I use a finisher? That's the question. Looks like finishers are on the bumper, but in any case, he came to Portland. Same thing. Ricky said he came when they touched down in the port of land. It's Portland, Ricky. That's how you pronounce it. But yeah, that was my experience there. But actually, not doing too bad. That's probably the easy coming in here and say, "Rake the ass of the Undertaker there in the boot." How do you pick a guy up? That's my question. That's the thing I want to work on next. Oh, I was trying to figure out my finisher shit. I want to use my finisher. How do I... How do I do it? Do you have to like full stamina to fucking pull one of these off? What the hell? I also don't know how to reverse anything right now. I'm assuming it's the triggers. This game is a large step forward in regards to where it came from versus where it is, and one of the issues that comes with that is you have this large, complicated jump forward in controls, so everything here is a little bit different than what it eventually end up settling out as, so it's very overcomplicated. Also, this game has one of the things I hate the most, which is dual reversal buttons, so left trigger will be strike reversal, and right trigger will be your grapple reversal here. That Y is a damn running is going to get me.
And they do it all for the WWE fans, Taz. Without them, none of us would even be here.
Assuming you have to have a full, like, yeah, I was going to say.
But I can't tell you how
I was trying to remember what, okay, I was going to say it's the Green Bay Plunge, isn't it? Yeah. Memory serves, I'm right. Just go boom! Now, how do I pin? Alright, just down stick, okay. Right stick down, got it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 4 minutes, 27 seconds. Oh, that has a winning sequence, that's amazing.
And the winner of the match, Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy!
What? I didn't sabotage your match.
Oh, you don't believe me? Fine. You don't scare me, dead man.
But light flickering does.
Come on.
Out of my way, Junior. I want a rematch, Taker, without your flunky here.
What?
Bring it.
Is that right?
I want my title match, Taker. Just you and me, so leave your little punk out.
Hey, what the hell?
Get your damn hands off me. You are mine, dead man. I'm sick of you ducking me, Undertaker. You know I'm the most dominant superstar in Smackdown, and you know you can't prove me wrong.
You think I'm afraid of you, little man? I can't count the number of superstars who have tested themselves against the dead man and come up short. If you insist on making this mistake, then your grieving family will have no one to blame but you when the inevitable occurs.
No, it's the Mac Militant. Coming to get it on.
If he doesn't make a tag team match, I'm gonna be upset.
Here comes Smackdown General Manager Teddy Long.
Let me holler at you, players. Now, you've obviously got some unfinished business with each other, and I respect that. But I also respect that there's a third superstar involved in this who would not have been involved if I didn't make him the special referee for your match 2 weeks ago. So tonight, for our main event, I'm giving him the chance to prove himself against you, Benoit, one-on-one. And I've got some big plans for No Mercy that involve the three of you. Holla, holla, holla.
What is Kilo talking about?
I have no idea, partner, but if I know our general manager, they're going to be huge.
Now, first things first, I cannot tell you youngins how incredible it was for the first time to finally have voice accompaniment meant that they actually put the work in necessary with the entire fucking roster to do this. So it's actually kind of magical when you think about the logistics of it. Anyway, it's Kennedy versus Benoit coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to sunny San Jose, California. You're not going to believe what we've got for you tonight.
No doubt, Cole. Tonight's show's completely off the hook as we do it West Coast style.
So I'm just going to say this while we're in the midst of a Benoit story here, but he's unavoidable, especially at this point in time. But I'm not going to say much on my channel regarding him for obvious reasons. But I will say what I do feel is appropriate, which is that, I was a fan during this time. I watched live shows. I've seen Chris Benoit live in my own home state. I've seen Eddie Guerrero live. It affected me in similar ways when they both passed, and neither was fun to find out about, and especially, obviously, with Chris Benoit, it was even less fun to find out about every single circumstance behind the unfortunate incident with him, Nancy, and his son. So as far as talking about him, I will only go as far to say during this gameplay that he was a person I cared about, and same with Eddie, and his death in every way, shape, and form sucked for so many, including myself, and that's all I got to say about that. I was watching Ken Kennedy's matches, and I don't like the fact that I liked Ken Kennedy in green, and in this he's got that fucking silver, and it looks horrible. Don't care for it. I watched a lot of his pay-per-view matches. I'm going to be recording this gameplay in a few sessions, so I haven't watched every single one of his pay-per-view matches yet, but by the time this gameplay is finished recording, I will have watched every single one of them. Obviously, watched everything when he was wrestling at the time he was wrestling for WWE. Huge mark for Ken Kennedy. The thing I will say about him is it's kind of like what I learned about when I watched all my TNA matches for my Test and Albert video. Watch that on my channel. When you watch someone in their matches like I did with Ken Kennedy, and you one right after the other and all that, certain flaws start to stand out in a very obvious manner. So Ken Kennedy, he's incredible as far as his energy goes. He's incredible as far as charisma. He's untouchable there. Basically, when I hear people talk about LA Knight and how he rips off The Rock, I'm going to call bullshit there. And basically, LA Knight, Ken Kennedy, and The Rock are all personifications and manifestations of charisma personified. And it's basically, they all seem similar because their shtick is energy. Nothing but unstoppable energy that the crowd just vibes and feeds off of. That's their shtick. It just so happens to be that they're also generically themselves when they're doing this, which is why it just doesn't work well. Anyway, I'm gonna pick him up and give him a Green Bay pledge to send us home here. This would be match number 2 of 4, maybe that'll get us a title shot. I don't know. I believe Mr. Teddy Long told us about that. All right, so get him in. Nope. Ugh. I hate that reversal. Reverse this. Okay. Boom in there. See, you don't have to have full energy to get a finisher here. You just have to have one stored. So we put him on our shoulders. Ugh. Plunge him right down to the center of the ring there. Well, not quite center, but either way, it should be good enough for a 1-2-3 here and a victory for Ken Kennedy. Kennedy. I was going to say is Ken Kennedy definitely belongs in the conversation of LA Knight and The Rock. Where I was going with that, we'll get to the next match, but here we see Ken Kennedy the victory over Chris Benoit. So here basically, Teddy Long is announcing that we will have a match, a triple threat on Smackdown here tonight. Basically, Ken Kennedy, Benoit, and Undertaker. Whoever loses this match will flat out be out of No Mercy, the pay-per-view we're heading into, and whoever wins this match will be able to choose the stipulation heading into No Mercy. So that's quite a thing to dangle on the line there for whoever's going to win this competition here tonight, but hopefully it's yours truly here on Nash Department.
What do you want, Taker?
Save your hostility for the ring, Benoit. I came to tell you that I look forward to laying our differences to rest at No Mercy.
Aren't you forgetting about somebody?
He is a distraction. This began between the two of us, and by all rights, it should end between the two of us.
I hope you're not suggesting that we form some kind of alliance. Because I don't care which one of you I have to force to tap out tonight.
I'm not suggesting anything of the kind. I've said all I came to say. Actually, there is one more thing. I hope you have no illusions that you will make me submit tonight.
Hope Undertaker reimburses the venue for that.
Here comes Chris Benoit. Taz the Rabbit Wolverine looks even more intense and focused than usual for tonight's triple threat match.
Of course he does, Cole. There's a lot at stake here tonight. A lot of pride on the line.
Benoit must avoid losing to one of his opponents tonight in order to continue to No Mercy. And if he wins, he gets to choose the No Mercy match type. You've got to think that a triple threat match like this would favor a superstar like The Undertaker, Taz. It's hard enough to garner a victory over The Undertaker in the best of circumstances.
Maybe, maybe not. I know the other two guys in this match don't see eye to eye. But if they decide to team up against him, it could be bad news for the dead man.
Talk about your rotten luck. It was an order from Teddy Long to put this man in the middle of the rivalry between Benoit and The Undertaker, and he's been paying for it ever since.
You see it as a bad thing, Cole, but I see it as a good thing. Let's face it. Even if he loses here tonight, an impressive showing against superstars like Benoit and The Undertaker counts for something. You know what I mean?
Glad we're playing King Kennedy in this particular storyline because it actually mirrors his career skyrocketing, rocket strapping, whatever you want to call it. Actually mirrors that quite well. Like I said, Undertaker, Batista, Ken Kennedy feuding with a lot of top superstars when he came in, so actually facing Undertaker and Benoit here, quite appropriate.
A big Smackdown welcome to all our North American fans from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm Michael Cole, here with Taz at ringside.
I'm telling you something, Cole. These Canadian fans are just as pumped as the fans in the U.S. This is going to be a great show.
So the trick here is going to be trying to figure out how to handle these triple threat matches in SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. All right, B is your focus. Okay. Is your focus? I'm not sure. No, B is stamina. Change focus is fucking back. Or whoever fucking touches you, as it should be in a wrestling game. Anyway, one of the reasons I love playing these games, all these different titles, is just learning all the different techniques and how to manipulate and win particular match types. Triple threats and tag team matches in every single wrestling title are always something to tackle here as far as figuring out how to play these fucking things. There's always a different type of system or mechanic to master. As we stretch Mr. Benoit here, smash buttons. That's the technique here on the submissions, just smash buttons. But yeah, so you always got to figure out the way to masterfully win without the other person breaking up all the goddamn time. No. I said no. At least the thing with the triple threat on this game type, again, specifically speaking, will allow you to get your stamina up while you're letting them beat the tar out of each other. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, check out my WrestleMania 18 gameplay for the GameCube X8 there. There's so many different match types in that gameplay I had to adapt to on the fly, and luckily won so many of them without any issue. How I did it, you have to check out my WrestleMania X8 GameCube gameplay to see. I feel like this targeting system works really well too, because as soon as someone else is down, if there's someone up, it automatically makes you target the person who's up. So I don't mind that. Let's see what Benoit will do if I go for a pin. I'd like to see how smart or unintelligent the computer is there.
There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out for this one, Cole. You and me both.
High belly back. No, going for another. I thought it was going to be a suplex there, and it was a gosh darned atomic drop. Stash that finisher there.
Even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Why can I target the fucking ref? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Why is that ever a thing? Unless it's a no disqualification match, that should never be a goddamn thing. Stupid. Especially when there's like they started introducing mechanics so you can get disqualified if you touch the fucking ref. It's like, why would that be a damn thing you ever want to do? Especially like taunt in the middle of a match, Paul, you dingus. If I ever reverse anything in this fucking match, Benoit, you numbnut. It would have been smarter to go for a pin on The Undertaker, who I just performed a finisher on, you fucking dingbat. Oh, yeah, don't. Again, why the fuck would that ever be a thing? Why would I want to ever fucking attack the ref? It's so stupid. Escape by the grace of God, not even paying attention there. I think it's going to have to be the old school, whip the old opponent out of the fucking ring and go for the pin on the person who's down here. I think that's what we're going to have to do.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going. Oh, really?
Can you hard actually? Okay, so you can do that.
There's no guesswork involved, Cole. But if you're going to be snippy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, whip him down. Go for a pin. He looks like he's down. Come on, go for a pin. Doesn't have to be fancy. I've already hit him with a finisher. Come on, 1, 2.
Oh, come on. He just rolled the shoulder up and it cost us. I'll complain to the ref. Y'all complain to the ref. God damn it, you son of a bitch. Nick Patrick, where the fuck are your eyes in this one? Get him out of your ass. Said Benoit do some more work for me. He figured out what to do. He's like, no, we're going to whip you this time, Paul. I don't want you to whip me. I'm in control here. I'm in control. Get out of there. Oh, no. And we're going to cover him. we'll take over the work that Benoit did. Oh, he still got me. Son of a bitch. Mark, stay the fuck down. I'm not going to complain again. Atomic drop him to Kingdom Come here. Little Russian leg sweep. Go for a cover again. Hopefully that'll do the trick. His toes are close to ropes. Ugh. Well, they don't call him the dead man for nothing. It's hard to finish off this undead bastard.
The thing you got to remember about the Undertaker is that 50% of his style and his offense.
Benoit, help me out here. I got to regain my stamina. No. You just stay away from me. Stay away from me. I'm getting my energy back. Atomic drop Benoit here. I do like the animation style here. It's not a bad looking game for 2007 when you think about it. Oh, he's so close to tapping. I didn't realize. Mash them buttons, Paul. Mash them buttons. Got another finisher. Saw him coming and hit the wrong reversal button. I hit the grapple one. Get up. Go. I want to. Yeah, go there. I want to. No. Again, it takes a minute to get all this shit dialed in. Yeah, we're going to Green Bay plunge him again. And get him on top of them ropes. Hopefully Benoit doesn't fuck shit up and steal it from me. Ah! Oh, I caught ya. Ha-ha. Catch you. Go for a pin because he's prone there.
Off the heels of a Green Bay plunging, Mr. Kennedy goes No Mercy, being able to choose that stipulation. So we have Teddy Long here telling us that we're one victory away from that title shot he was talking about. Yippee skippy for us. So we get to choose a match here at No Mercy, and I'm going to play it safe here, not screw myself over too bad here with a hardcore match. I just want to get some of the elements here out of the way, figuring out how to play them. So that's what we're going to choose tonight here at No Mercy, a hardcore match, Chris Benoit versus Ken Kennedy.
Chris Benoit has a great deal of confidence in his abilities, but I've never got the sense that he's got a swelled head, Taz.
Absolutely not. This thing that they had going with The Undertaker, it wasn't about talking trash. It was about getting the respect he deserves for the career he's had.
And tonight at No Mercy could be another one of the many high points in the career of Chris Benoit. Not to take anything away from him, Taz, but I don't think many people expected him to make it to No Mercy.
I gotta agree with you. Again, nothing against the guy, but he went up against two of the greatest superstars in the history of the business. I gotta say, I'm impressed.
So once more, chose Ken Kennedy here, because at the time when he came out and he debuted, he was Just, there is nothing in front of this man that could stop him other than injuries. Yeah, this guy was a bit injury prone. I just remember in high school, every single time he would go away for an injury, come back for a little bit, it was kind of like, all right, and when he comes back, he's going to be damn good. When he comes back, he's finally going to get that title shot. When he comes back, he's finally getting, you know, so on and so forth. And, you know, when you think about it, that's why he had so many damn entrance themes, because there's so many stops and starts. Yeah, I figure it's best to choose a hardcore match because all the other matches require you to know how to manipulate certain types of objects, and I don't know how to do that quite yet. Like, I don't even know how to get out of the ring. Okay, A button. A button does it. Alright, and A button gets that. Can I get in the ring with the fucking thing? Okay, why? So it's nice. Usually it's a running button, whatever you have to... Ugh. It's always the first strike. Oh, and of course he catches it, the fucker. Alright. I want to get one shot off his cranium, and then we'll call it happy. That wasn't off your cranium. Come on. Can I taunt with it? I always appreciate wrestling games you can taunt with it. Anyway. Getting back to talking about Ken Kennedy here, what I was going to get into with the charisma as far as comparing him to LA Knight and The Rock. So Ken Kennedy, he has a lot of energy. He has a lot of charisma. He is just oozing every single thing that you'd want in a superstar as far as what makes them appeal to... I guess there isn't anything fun when you hit him with a chair. Paul, you just want this absurd violence. Yes, I fucking do. Anyway, he has everything you'd want in a superstar if you were to sculpt them, you know, like everyone usually says. But it's finite. When Ken Kennedy gets in a match, he's got this explosive beginning, he's got the bombastic entrance, he's got this, you know, louder-than-life everything, and basically... try some of this new move shit here. Powerbomb, looks like I can do here. Smackdown vs. Raw 2007, they have like advanced grapple moves. I'm going to see. Okay, so you can go to, this is before Smackdown vs. Raw 2008, so there's no weapon wheel. It's 1 year before that, and it's interesting to see where the chairs were getting back into. I keep putting myself on tangents. Anyway, so yeah, he has this initial burst, and then what happens? Actually, pick it up. Let's see if I can grapple with it. I'm going to ace him all day. But yeah, he has all this energy in the beginning. Finally finish this complete thought. Good lord. He has all this energy in the beginning, and then he basically loses it. It all goes kaput. Kennedy, he has a great start, but after like a few minutes, he usually has to sell to the bottom rope, rolls to the outside, and that's all she wrote for the rest of the match. Someone has to dictate what he's going to do for the rest of the match. It's rarely that he's dictating the match and it looks great. It's usually put him with someone like Undertaker, Batista, like he is, you know, in his first pay-per-view matches, and then what happens? Well, they have to dictate the match. They have to call the match. They have to tell him what to do, because after he's had those loud few minutes and he's gassed immediately, he's not really gassed, but it's like he just doesn't have anything else literally in his toolbox. He's very loud, he's very animated. I'll give him this. If you want to make someone else look good, put him in there with Kennedy, because Kennedy will make them look fucking good. But he can't make himself look good. That's the thing, I guess. He can't make himself look good. I'm try and steal a finisher here. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, you can't seal that crossface on Benoit. Oh my goodness. Will I make him tap to his own goddamn submission? That would be incredible. Oh no. Oh my god. Anyway, he's gassed, and usually he just doesn't have the energy to really pull the match through. He's not a grappler. Kennedy is a striker. Kennedy can kick well, he can flail his arms about, he can look very animated, he can make everything look good. He's not bad at making things look good, but he's sloppy in the sense that he almost feels like he doesn't know where to go, because he doesn't know how to put a match together in a basic sense. I mean, I just don't want to rag on him, because he's not horrible. It's not like he's dangerous in the ring. It's not like he doesn't know how to do something. It's just he's more of a supplemental figure. He's great when it comes to making everyone else look good, but it's just as far as being an all-around great, well-rounded wrestler, it's like I would like to say Kennedy is one of those reasons you have something called the it factor.
This is one heck of a match so far.
The it factor, more or less, if you've never been introduced to it in wrestling terminology, is basically you have everything. You are perfect. You have everything that everyone wants you to have. You have mic skills. Oh, wow, you can do that. You have mic skills. You have everything you need, and just Kennedy has certain elements, but not everything he needs there. But we do have a victory as we walk out of No Mercy with a pinfall victory over Chris Benoit.
I don't believe it. He did it. He did it. That was incredible. Benoit and Taker spent all this time feuding over who was the dominant superstar in SmackDown.
And the winner of the match.
It was the man standing victoriously in the ring right there.
Well, one thing's for sure, he just made the entire SmackDown locker room sit up and take notice, and the Raw locker room as well. This is a superstar who's moving places and fast. This is going to go down as a memorable No Mercy, to say the least.
Kennedy!
All them bare naked ladies talking to us, folks. It's been 1 week. So here our boy Teddy now telling us we've completed those 4 matches, so we are on the golden road to success here. We're getting our title shot soon, and that's just peachy. Well, whoever it is, they've got our back, so we're going to see who that is. Here on Nana's apartment, it's always you, the fans. That's right, we give you all the cheesy, sentimental bullshit over here. So here we have Johnny Nitro, that's John Morrison for the younger fans out there, Mr. Peter Parkour himself calling out Teddy Long on some accused bullshit here, which is favoritism towards Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Long there serving up a rebuttal saying, you know what, Mr. Morrison, you've been in the tag team division too long. Kennedy has been rising up in singles competition, so that's why the opportunity is his. Let's see how this develops here.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Smackdown. Along with Taz, I'm Michael Cole, and partner, we're just weeks away from the Thanksgiving Tradition Survivor Series. And here comes the man who thinks that he should be the #1 contender for Chris Benoit's World Heavyweight title at Survivor Series, Johnny Nitro.
And hey, why not? The guy's no stranger to gold. Tag team gold, at least. He's young and he's hungry, and he's got something to prove here tonight in this match.
So yeah, for those younger fans in the audience not aware of Johnny Nitro, John Morrison's earlier career, he started out as Johnny Nitro, winner of Tough Enough 3 here, one of the 2 winners of Tough Enough 3. He went by Johnny Nitro, used the original Monday Night Nitro WCW theme as his entrance music before, branching off in a tag team competition with The Miz there and his tag team partner at this point in time, Joey Mercury. We had Eminem, Joey Mercury, Johnny Nitro, and Melina there. Former tag team champions. Couldn't say enough about John Morrison. I do believe, though, he came into the business just like a decade too early. The world that changed around him, it was better suited for him probably a few years later. By the way, he's an amazing competitor.
Mr.
And now here comes the #1 contender fans are clamoring for, Taz. There's no question why SmackDown General Manager Theodore Long named this man Benoit's opponent at Survivor Series, if you ask me.
Nobody actually asked you, Cole, so you kind of should shut up. But anyway, I do have to agree with you this time. He's at the top of the heap for sure, whether Johnny Nitro wants him in or not. And this is his chance to silence his critics, including Nitro, right here tonight.
So Mr. Kennedy coming off the heels of the victory there in No Mercy against Chris Benoit, giving him the ever-coveted title shot towards the World Heavyweight Championship, which was part of the Smackdown brand around this time.
Now that I have everybody's attention, would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds.
So trim.
I hail from
Green Bay, Wisconsin. Mr. Kennedy. Wait for it. Kennedy. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Not too shabby at all.
Smackdown's going to bring down the house in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside.
You got that right, Cole. I'll tell you what, man. I am so pumped up and amped up. I can't wait.
Neither can I, Taz. And I'm sure these Salt Lake fans can't either. So let's get this show on the road.
All right, I will say, hitting into this match finally one last time, I did do my homework and check out what's coming down the pipeline as far as the storyline for the World Heavyweight title here. And I have to admit, I'm kind of torn. I don't know how I feel about featuring Chris Benoit so much on my channel, but at the same time, I do feel it's appropriate in the sense that it's exactly what we as fans have to deal with. This is a person that was part of something that we all loved so greatly, and his choices and his actions and everything that was a result of it changed life for the worst for so many, obviously, for so many obvious reasons. And we as wrestling fans kind of have to grapple and tackle the fact that how do we emotionally move forward from these actions of this, person. And I will never ever condemn everyone that participated in a work with him, which is why I'm going to feature this. So much work went into this game, so much voiceover work went into this game, and I'm going to celebrate it. Gosh darn it, and all the people that were part of it outside of him. I apologize if he has to be a part of it to recognize this game in the history of wrestling. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, talking more about Ken Kennedy as we now take on John Morrison. It's been a minute. This is now part 2 of the recording here, going into it anyway. Let's get a submission there on John Morrison, but yeah, I have now officially watched every single pay-per-view match of Ken Kennedy. I have notes on it. I'm going to write an article on Substack about this son of a gun. But anyway, talking about Ken Kennedy, so I mentioned that he's a great supplemental figure, and that's basically what I'm going to talk about the rest of this episode, how he is a supplemental, amazing addition to the roster, but you have to use him just so, or else your whole match is just going to go kaput every single time. So work over John Morrison, John Nitro's legs here, get him in the corner. I could probably put this match away, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. But yeah, watching all of his pay-per-view matches, it's interesting to see who he's paired up with, because again, it's going to draw focus to his shortcomings as well as what he brings to the game. Pun intended there, because watching his match at Survivor Series, was it Survivor Series? Editing Paul put it in there, whoever it was, I believe it was Survivor Series, but he paired off with Triple H at one point, and I thought this would have been an amazing matchup. You have someone like Triple H who knows the game inside out, back to front, can put on a match with probably anybody, has carried so many people, I've talked about it so many times in this channel, and you don't give him the one person who would probably feed a comeback and just make the end of a match explosive? Oh my god, this is a no-brainer, easy match. You could have put these two together, but I think it's just the fact that Hunter's a heel and kind of Kennedy's a heel, but I think what they could have done, the way they could have worked off of each other, the way they complemented each other, Triple H with this well-rounded game, pun intended in all the ways, and you have Kennedy who can just basically, he's the garnish, he's your finisher. What do you mean finisher? I can do a finish off the top. What is that? Hold on there. What was that? Distraction. Oh, he does the Kenton Bomb. There's no way. I was way off of that. Oh, no, poor Kennedy. Oh, my God. But, yeah, the way Kennedy supplements matches, I don't know why they put him with Triple H, because beginning to end, it would have been a solid match. I don't think there's a part of it that would have been a detriment to any men because of the way they would have likely propped each other up. Triple H probably would have filled in all of the gaps that Kennedy had as far as weaknesses, and I feel like that was a major ball dropped as far as, probably getting Kennedy some momentum he desperately needed at various times in his career. Again, I'm still getting used to these bloody controls. They're kind of weird. I wanted Irish movement in the corner. It's not going so well for me. Oh, it's a combination shoulder and the A button. That's what always gets me. We'll give him a Green Bay plunge here to send him home, John Morrison here. Stubborn me wants to get that Kenton in, so maybe I'll keep it. That doesn't set him up for another one. Maybe now I'll finish Johnny Nitro off with the Kenton. Now that I know I can do it, I'll taunt him up and work him up into it. Be all cocky here. Get my warm up back into this match here. Though step into recording part 2 here officially. Don't know why I keep telling you. Anyway, the reason I trip over my words trying to describe Ken so much is that he's not bad. The fact of the matter is you have to watch all of his matches to understand why he does not succeed as well as everyone else does. I'm trying to get a strong move here. Pay attention a little bit to a new sequence here that they introduced in 2007 here. But yeah, he just... what he does well, but it's not like he does anything poorly physically speaking. He doesn't, drop people. He's not sloppy in that sense. He just... there are things that other people bring to the match that he doesn't, and so when he's put in a match where those aspects of his detriments are going to be put on full display, it's kind of like, okay, we can kind of see what his errors are. See if I can figure out a move to... How do you move people? Oh, there we go. Oh, is it just trio? No, we're going to snake eyes him. Thought we were going to put him in the trio woe. Just got to drop him close to it, really. I want to run attack, but the stamina's fucking with it. Shit. Yeah, we're both kind of winded. It's like Alright. Go over to the corner there, I guess. Alright. Oh, I was going to do a running grapple and he reversed me. Shit. Okay. Oh, poke to the eye, ref. Come on. Thank you, ref. Drop now, that atomic drop. Yeah, eat shit, you dillweed. How could you not see that coming? He looks like he's close. He's close. He's close enough. We're going to get on his spine, too. He's got such a short leap. Oh, did that make contact or not? That doesn't feel like it did. He's going to crotch me, too. This is just environmental grapple here on the ropes. Beat a stop. At least it's running his stamina out of the ground here. What are you going to do now? I'm taunting you and you're tired, you bitch. Oh, he's going to hit me with a strike. That's what he's going to do.
Educated feet, Mr. Parkour. I do too. Now when you break my goddamn kneecap.
Remember, there's a strike reversal button too there, Paul. I hate these games that are old and new at the same time because it's like they tried to be innovative so many times that it's like some of the ways to grapple that everyone kind of eventually settled out upon just aren't present. So you have these weird control stick grapple systems, and it's so awkward.
All right, Mr. Morrison. You are going to get up, you son of a biscuit. Or I tell you what.
All right, he's right next to the damn turnbuckle. He doesn't get him here. I swear to
Pee Wee Herman himself. Ugh, nailed it there.
He's going to be right next to the ropes, though. Yeah, it's all right. Oh, it's all right. That's all right. All right. Well, doing an interesting atomic drop here. Get a Green Bay plunge to my friend here, John Morrison, to call it a day.
You're going to have your feet next to the ropes after I canton bomb your ass? Well, we'll Green Bay plunge your ass out of this match and get our boy here going further in his story. There we go. Ken Candy to walk away with a victory here against Johnny Nitro. Foreign object!
I think it's pretty obvious there, lady.
You know, I've got to admit that you really showed me something out here today. And maybe you do deserve to be the #1 contender. But dude, we've seriously got to work on that image. And that's where I come in.
Oh, please!
Told you those silver tights suck.
You're a pretty tough guy. But you've got all the personality of a block of wood. I mean, seriously. You're all steak, no sizzle. Stick with me. I'll teach you how to break necks in the ring and give the women whiplash on Hollywood Boulevard. I'll make you a star because you're good for business. And what's good for business is good for all of us.
Did you just hear that? Johnny Nitro says he's gonna help mold him into a true world heavyweight champion.
You don't seriously think that Nitro's onto something here, do you? Aren't you supposed to be Mr. It's what you do in the ring that matters?
Hey, champ. I hear you're locking up with Benoit in a non-title match tonight. Try not to let him land too many face shots, because I know this guy who's going to do a photo shoot for us tomorrow as a favor, alright? Oh, and just in case Benoit is more trouble than you can handle, I want you to know that I got your back, pal. Alright, see you out there.
So we didn't have it earlier in the story, but here we see Chris Benoit, the World Heavyweight Champion here. Every year I followed these games as a kid coming out. One of the things I always paid attention to was, how did the title belts look this season? How are they? And some years they just look garbage, and this is one of those years where it's like, God, what did they scan in the tiniest picture of this thing? Good Lord. What a pittance to fight for. Oh my God. Definitely not one of the better years visually for the titles in Smackdown versus Raw history, but I will take it.
A big Southern California welcome to all our Smackdown fans. I'm Michael Cole, here with Taz at ringside in San Diego.
San Diego.
Great fans in the 619 area code here. I love San Diego, baby.
No kidding, partner. San Diego couldn't be more excited for Smackdown action, and we couldn't be more excited to be here.
So, it's weird to me that they featured the World Heavyweight Champion in so many singles matches here that I'm going to be participating in this storyline. Obviously, I don't think you're supposed to start with Benoit, but it is a possibility, and it's our experience here, so it's weird to me that we're anticlimactically here tangling with the World Heavyweight Champion so many times. But either way, it's the champion here in this storyline, so this is what we're going to have to tend with. As we now crotch Benoit in these ropes for environmental grapple, popular in 2007. Oh my goodness. I was going to say, and it goes with your controller stick moves too, so it's like, it's weird how it kind of works there, but either way, working over Benoit's groin there as we gas ourselves immediately. Par for the course with Ken Kennedy. God bless you, sir, if you're watching this, however unlikely that may be. Stranger things have happened. I've tweeted Road Dogg before and he responded. I mean, might as well shoot your shot, kiddos. There you go. Caught him with the kitchen sink. Taunt me, bitch. Yeah, getting back into talking Ken Kennedy. So, point in case when I'm talking about how partnering him with the right person makes all the difference. He had a match with Jeff Hardy. And if you've watched any of my episodes on Jeff Hardy, you know what I'm about to say here. Jeff, same thing as Ken Kennedy. He just... looking at Benoit's name the whole time here, thinking, why is my meter not doing anything? I'm looking at the wrong side of the screen, you idiot. But yeah, Jeff Hardy, same thing. He's great supplementing people. He's great going into matches where he's going to be an addition or something that adds to the match. But the centerpiece of a match, he is usually not the best at being, which is why he's a tag wrestler, point in case. You watch Ken Kennedy's tag matches, and where does he start? On the outside, rightfully so. That's where he belongs at the beginning of a tag team match, on the apron. He does not belong starting that shit out. He belongs at the finish. He belongs in the ring at the finish. But at the start of a match, no, you wait. You save him. And sure enough, that's what they've done a couple of times going through all of his pay-per-view matches, especially the tag ones at the end. He's great. Oh, that's going to be a DQ and a half if I'm not aware of it. Jesus. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, like, he's great coming in off a hot tag. He's great coming in off of that hot tag to finish the bloody thing. But why you would ever have him start out a match is it's silly. You have to do it in just the right way, which is conveniently what they did when they, again, I'm not sure what pay-per-view match it was specifically, but they started out with Rey Mysterio, and that's what you want to do. You put him in there with someone fast so he could take the quick hits. You can hide the fact that he's not very quick at the beginning of a match by having someone like Rey run around him, ad nauseum. It's going to make Kennedy look good when he eventually stops Rey and has that big elbow and drops Rey like a sack of potatoes. But he can't do that for someone else. He can only do it at the end of the match where he has this conserved energy and can finally expend it. What was that, Paul? Way to learn how to yeet yourself out the fucking ring. Alrighty. And just real quick, I'm taking the champ here to Green Bay territory once again. But yeah, when you're watching Ken Kennedy with someone like Jeff Hardy, it's like, what are they going to do in the beginning and the middle of the match when really these guys are hot spots throughout it? I mean, they're not someone who can maintain. And sure enough, when you watch them on pay-per-view, It's rather dull.
Makes sense. I mean, after all, Smackdown is the #1 brand, and here's the pin.
What's Johnny Nitro doing out here? This isn't his match.
He's watching his buddy's back, Cole, just like he said he would.
Oh, right into Nitro.
My God, the speed of Chris Benoit.
Oh, right into the crossface goes Kennedy, and he's forced to tap there off the distraction.
Benoit's got a crossface locked in. He's tapping.
Benoit's not letting up, and Johnny Nitro can't get in the ring to stop it.
Hey, come on now. Cut Nitro some slack, Cole. He just tried to help his buddy, and it backfired in a big way.
Well, I always say it, folks, when you're in these storylines here in video games for wrestling, you should always go for those pins almost right off the bat, because you never know when one's going to cue a cutscene or something like that. I always feel like a duped idiot when I waste all this time on a match, and it's like you don't even get a proper finish out of it. But it's a fun story nonetheless. So here, Teddy Long putting it on Johnny Nitro's shoulders to make up for his deeds the past few weeks, not putting the blame on Ken Kennedy there, but tonight we will have a tag team match, Mr. Johnny Nitro and Ken Kennedy against Benoit and a partner of his choosing.
I think it was pretty cool of Nitro to team up against Benoit. Nitro is a tag team specialist and a multi-time former tag team champion. And just about the best guy you can ask to watch your back as your partner.
I don't know about that, Taz. There's no disputing Johnny Nitro's tag team credentials, but he seems to have a problem with biting off more than he can chew.
So yeah, I don't know if it was listed there on the main menu screen as I was going into the match, but I didn't see who Benoit's partner would be. It's going to be interesting to see who they fish out of the roster on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 to partner up with Chris Benoit there.
He looks like he's recovered, but is he actually at 100% here tonight?
How many times do I have to say it, Cole? That was all just an accident. Nitro's gonna have his back tonight. Just you wait and see that, girl pants.
Probably would have fit more with like a monster heel like Kane or someone, demonstratively and characteristically not good looking, but I like the subplot here of Johnny Nitro taking on the superstar of choice here and making them a little bit more appealing for the audience visually. Joey Mercury and Johnny Nitro there with their valet Melina here, teaching Ken Kennedy how to walk the red carpet style there, making his mug look a little bit better there for the cameras. Your face is your #1 priority here in wrestling.
Benoit certainly got the best of the Survivor Series challenger last week, but can he keep the momentum alive here tonight in tag team action?
That all depends on who he chooses for his partner. Nitro said Benoit could have anyone in the locker room. Who do you think he picked? I can't wait to see.
He picked your mama, Taz. He picked your mama.
Oh my God, it's Batista! Batista is Chris Benoit's partner here tonight. Batista's just about the last superstar the #1 contender wanted to see. He cannot be happy about this.
Oh man, not for nothing. I don't think Nitro ever considered that Batista might team up with Benoit.
Or maybe he did. Maybe this is all just another example of Nitro's so-called help.
I can hear it in my head already, just Michael Cole back then going, oh, it's the Animal, Batista!
Yeah, it's the Animal, Drax the Destroyer himself coming to Benoit Zane here, going to be his tag team partner. Batista here, no stranger to tag team gold there, was tag team champion as a member of Evolution, and I believe he had the tag team titles there with Rey Mysterio as well here on Smackdown. So you can bet your bottom dollar he is no rookie here when it comes to the tag team ranks. It's on live in Portland, Maine around this time, and good Lord, can that man sweat. River sweat coming from his chin all the way down to the mat while he's waiting there on the apron to make a tag, and disgusting! I realize that's a calling Kettle Black from my roller derby days, but it's neither here nor there. That's right, hashtag Brubba Sweat in the house. If you don't like the saliva version of this entrance theme, you're a liar. Although I will take your feedback in the comments.
Welcome to a sold-out show from the Great White North. Coming tonight from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Hey, they speak French up here, right, Cole? Parlez-vous français? Haha, amigo.
Better stick to your version of English, partner.
So here we go. The question, as always, is going to be, how did the tag matches go on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007? Or, as we do on Nan's Department here, how did the tag team matches go on whatever the frig game we are playing? Alrighty, so I believe A is the action button, but when I say that, I want to know, do I control Nitro here? That's the question. We'll tag him. I do not. That's some nonsense. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Why do I not control the partner? That's stupid. Whoever wants that? I want a tag. Give me a tag. I'm just going to fucking do the match myself. I love you, Nitro. I don't mean to ignore you, but I can't feature my gameplay if you're the one in the damned ring. So this is going to be more or less a handicap match. If you watch my Day of Reckoning gameplay with Winnie the Pooh there, we talked about that in length. Definitely featured one recently on my gameplay there, episode 5. Go check that out. Watch Winnie the Pooh march through the SmackDown ranks as part of the ministry. Sorry, self-plugging my own material. Put so much work into it, might as well do it. But yeah, we're talking about how supplemental Ken Kennedy is in matches. One of his last matches in singles competition across WWE pay-per-views was against Ric Flair, and I was shocked at how well that actually worked. But again, you have to think of fundamentals and what wrestling is and why. What we've been talking about this whole video here with how to make the most use of a superstar in your ranks and your talent roster there. You see what they do well, and you figure out how to complement what others do well with them. It's not hard. You figure out what someone's strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and you supplement them with someone whose strengths are their weaknesses. It's not rocket science. I don't know why sometimes people are paired with, these folks on the card they shouldn't be matched with. Pun intended. Getting all my verbiage right today. Again, the trick is always, as I said in those videos over on Day of Reckoning, you gotta basically take out the opponent on the ropes or figure out a way to do that. See if we can figure out a way to do that with our partner here on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Check out the old manual there. See if I can do that. Oh, I can't hit it, so it's your bumper plus the D-pad. Okay, so that's what I want. That's what I want right there. So that was, okay, so it is a thing. I like how they featured that. It's always better when you can control the tag team partner. You don't want the computer just left to his own devices there. Been a minute since the last I recorded, so I can't remember how to change my focus either. Oh, it's the back button. God bloody darn it. And again, why do I focus on the fucking ref? So pointless. So pointless. I mean, I guess if storyline I wanted to disqualify myself, but why would I want to do that? It's dumb. But against Ric Flair, Ken Kennedy, again, you got to think about terms in terms of weaknesses and strengths. And someone who is going to get gassed is going to do really well with someone who is very animated, someone who knows how to sell to a crowd. And when you talk about old school wrestlers and what they had, they didn't have these flashy, fast-paced matches. They had slower, methodical, story-based from the ground up matches. And that's what they kind of had to stick with. No, don't tag. Oh, he tagged Benoit. Didn't want that. I wanted to see. All right. I think I'm focused on Benoit now.
Looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move.
Oh, double team move. I'm in the ropes, though, so suck it. So, yeah, when you think of Kennedy against someone like Flair, it's going to work really well because he's granted an opportunity to take his time, to slowly build the match up, to use all of his animated features that are such a great benefit to him. And he can really work off of Ric Flair and Ric Flair's natural pacing that he's built up over years and years. And the match feels so much more natural because the person who's holding his hand, he can work just as fast as, God, bloody tag again. All right, so that's the ref. So now I should be... Not quick enough, Paul. Not quick enough. But yeah, go figure, when you take it slower, when you have someone who can walk you through it slower, all the moves and everything you're doing in that match leaves that much more of an impact with the fans. They have a chance to really absorb what's happening. Made you look, Batista, you putz.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
So yeah, when you have a slower paced match with people who can work those slower paced matches in ways that can give emphasis to everything they're doing in the ring, it really can work. Old school wrestling can work. You just have to have people who can do it. You have to put it on a part in the card where the fans need that break, or you need a little bit slower. Have a banger at the beginning of your card and then have some bangers at the end, but that lull where, people need bathroom breaks, it's like give them a palate cleanser that they can sink their teeth into. I hate the fact that the first time I wasted my finisher today. What are you doing to me, Dave? Can't say anything negative about Dave either. Dave's pretty good. Some people might not like him, but it's like, did he ever hurt anyone? Did he ever truly do anything evil? Nah, he didn't. He's alright in my book. He's a sweet man. Ain't gonna say anything negative about him, shy of his time with Devon as Deacon there. Talk about that a little bit more when I finally get into the first brand split there, and Smackdown Shut Your Mouth when I do that career mode, and we'll be doing that at some point down the line. I'm gonna touch on everything here in the wrestling world, especially in WWE. I have so much on my shelf there.
He is getting down to business. He's in the sports entertainment business, isn't he? That reversal might stop.
I was gonna get my old Green Bay plunge, and there we go. I was gonna say, get Nitro in here. Really? Another fucking reversal? Am I supposed to win this match? Gosh, darn it!
Neither do I, Taz. And I think it's that unpredictability that makes on the mat. Shoulders down. This could be it.
Yeah. Figured it was worth a shot.
And here's a little
Just tag matches with the stamina. It's even worse. There's so many variables to watch out for. I didn't want to grapple the ref. God damn it. Get up, Dave, you son of a bitch. I'm just... Get up, you son of a bitch. You're going to eat this Green Bay plunge, and you're going to like it. Of course I'm going to get it when the ref's down. Couldn't be any more dramatic. Get in there. Take care of someone for me, buddy. Ref. Well, let's just shake hands and stand there while I get the pinfall. Good Lord.
Nitro's going for Benoit. Looks like Batista's not having any of that. I think he's trying to tell Benoit that he wasn't in on it. There ain't no reasoning with the Rabbit Wolverine, Cole. Not in that ring. He's got him locked in the crossface. 2 crossfaces in 2 weeks. With friends like Johnny Nitro, who needs enemies?
So here basically Johnny Nitro telling us that he's weaving himself into the plot, as it were, getting himself into a triple threat match tonight with Ken Kennedy and Chris Benoit, the World Heavyweight Champion, saying he's going to help Ken Kennedy, but I can't really think that's his true motive here. Probably trying to get him into that title situation himself, but either way, we're going to face off with him and Chris Benoit tonight in a triple threat match, non-title.
You gotta give Johnny Nitro credit. He's doing his best to help out his pal, even though it hasn't turned out the way he planned.
Or maybe it is, Taz. Remember, it wasn't too long ago that Nitro was saying that his pal didn't even deserve a title match, and he's done nothing but sabotage him since then.
Sabotage? What have you been watching, Cole? I know you're jealous of a guy who's in great shape like Johnny Nitro, but I'm telling you right now, I think this guy's on the up and up.
It's worth noting, one of the reasons to feature any of these storylines on YouTube or on any gameplay footage is basically this game is the only way to really experience these storylines. So it's kind of a love letter to fans. Here's a personal storyline just for you that you can make with any superstar, picking them out of the roster here on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, which is why I wanted to feature this. We will be featuring a Raw storyline as well at some point, featuring the likes of Shelton Benjamin there, who I'm going to feature on that brand. But today, again, we're featuring Ken Kennedy here in a triple threat match against Johnny Nitro and Chris Benoit, again, non-title.
I've got to say, for someone who's gone through everything this man has gone through in the past few weeks, he looks to be no worse for wear.
Of course he does, Lady Lips. This is Smackdown. You don't get to challenge for the World Heavyweight title by being some kind of panty race.
The World Heavyweight Champion has been absolutely dominated here on SmackDown these past few weeks, and he's heading into his title defense in Survivor Series with a huge head of steam. I don't know if he can be stopped.
Yeah, but he's in the ring tonight with 2 men who are determined to make sure that he's not leaving with the title this Sunday. And like I said, I know you're jealous of Johnny Nitro, but I think he's going to make an impact tonight. I can feel it, I'm telling you.
I talk a lot about optics on my channel. I'm going to say, while he has ended both shows the last few weeks, basically decimating the superstar known as Ken Kennedy, I will say it doesn't make Benoit look strong, in my opinion. It makes his move look strong. It makes the crossface look strong. It puts over the move, but it doesn't put over Benoit. What match did he win? How did he accomplish anything? Yeah, again, physically, he did the same thing with Chris Jericho back in the day in their feuds, but it doesn't put over the wrestler. It puts over the move in my mind.
I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside, and what a show we've got for you tonight.
Absolutely, Cole. And you know what? I've always wanted to say this. Houston, we got a problem. Actually, we don't have a problem because Smackdown's in town.
You've got that right, partner. The Space City loves Smackdown, and the superstars are not going to let them down.
So basically, we have a triple threat here, non-title match. We're going to go into an ultimate submission match with Chris Benoit at the pay-per-view for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know what happens if Benoit or Nitro wins this matchup. Obviously, the story goes on no matter what, but I'm going to try and make sure I walk away with a victory here just to make everything as smooth as I can on myself. One of the things I like doing in triple threat matches, silly as it is sometimes just let the fucking computers duke it out, because it's like, why waste my energy if I can just let you guys beat the tar out of each other? But it looks like John Morrison, every time Benoit gets down, is not too happy just to... Yeah, the computer is not happy to sit idly by and just ignore me. It's going to make me get involved here. See if can I get out of the ring? Here, get out of the ring. There you go. Let them do their thing, pop into the ring if someone goes for a pin. See if I can just taunt into a finisher. Can I do that? Or do I need to get some momentum up by moves? We talked about how he supplements people. We talked about, what Kennedy's best at. But I will say at the end of the day, he's not a bad addition to your roster. Again, what we've said this whole video, he's not bad. He's not a detriment in any way, really. It's just I feel WWE didn't know how to market him correctly to make the most out of his minutes. I feel they did some amazing work at the very beginning, putting him with Batista and The Undertaker, putting him in main event spots with people who can basically use him to complement themselves. Putting him there with The Undertaker was a great idea right off the bat. Why wouldn't you do that? Mark's a person you can trust anyone in there with, especially someone like Kennedy who has some semblance of the it factor, who's going to be able to at least keep the fans entertained throughout the entire match and keep their energy up. I even have in my notes, it's like he's awkward getting onto people's shoulders at times, and that's one of those things I can actually say the amount of time I spent in the ring that I was okay with that. I could pop up on someone's shoulders. If someone's bigger than me and they say, hey, Paul, come over here, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's not hard. Most people who could do that to me, I was up like a piece of tissue paper and I fell down on their shoulders like a feather, when you work with the right people. But I don't know how they manage to always kind of screw up Ken Kennedy, but he's a flailer. His limbs are always so animated. That's one of those things where it's like, again, in the right spot, it looks okay. It brings visuals to a match, it brings fans in visually. But at the same time, it can be distracting if it makes your competitor look like garbage. God, just the focus this match is what's killing me. It's the only detriment in this gameplay thus far is focusing on people during a triple threat match. Oh, wait, Nitro's down. Nitro's down. No way. Oh, I'm just going to do a move to him. Bullshit. Oh, shit. Well, you still around and watched last time. I ain't going to do it this time. He's focused. He's paying attention. No. No way. No. What did I just say? Stop going for submissions. I'll go for submissions. Give him a whole strength jacket. Oh, I was actually going to let me get a finisher off here. See, the thing is now we're going to... Alright, Benoit's going to be down, so what do I do with Nitro? Oh, not the ref! That's not what I wanted. Again, just stupid. Why would you even have that be a thing? Get your stamina back, Paul. Go for a cover. No way. Worth a shot. A scavenging little fucking rat. No, I wanted to pick him up. Darn it. Not go for another pin. No, don't get me out of the way.
He's doing everything he's supposed to. He's going to go for... Oh, he's prone over there, you idiot. Oh. Oh, into the corner. Oh, no. Nitro. Kennedy got that buckle off. Didn't even mean to. I didn't realize I could do that. We'll use that to our advantage. Benoit, his foot's on the rope. Yeah, there's no way. Benoit's down over here. We might as well go for it here. Oh, come on. Are you shitting me? They're both down. Work over his leg a little bit, I guess. Oh, I was going to say plunge Nitro there, but he's paying too much attention. Pay attention to that. Oh, into the buckle without the pad. Oh, into the Green Bay plunge. Oh, Nitro's spine got to be screaming here. Oh, but Benoit's awake. No. Get you out of here, buddy. Cradle him out of here. Oh. Take out Nitro there. Come on. Plunged him into oblivion. Spine off the turnbuckle. He should be weak enough. Oh, God. Walk away from that triple threat with the victory.
Tempers are flaring here between the champion and the challenger.
You can say that again, and it's going to come to a head this Sunday. Whoa, wait a minute. What's Nitro doing?
Johnny Nitro's got the title belt.
Here comes Cole. I told you Nitro was going to make an impact.
Nitro hit Chris Benoit. Nitro hit the champion. I don't believe it.
I told you, Cole. I told you.
I can't believe it. Nitro actually was trying to help the contender all along. It was Chris Benoit he was trying to sabotage all this time.
Hey, champ. We sure showed Chris Benoit who's boss last Friday night on Smackdown, huh? If you do that at Survivor Series, you're the new World Heavyweight Champion. I wish I could be there to watch your back, but for some reason, Teddy Long says he's banning me from the arena. Anyway, give me a call back so we can discuss some strategy, okay? I've got a great plan that'll make the last few weeks look like child's play. Later. Hey dude, it's Nitro again. I haven't heard back from you, so maybe you didn't get the last message or something. Listen, you've got to call me back so we can discuss your title match. I've put way too much time and energy into this thing for it to fall apart now. Plus, I've got 3 magazines fighting for the exclusive cover story about your championship. I'll have my cell phone on all day, except for my 5 o'clock teeth whitening treatment, of course. Hey, you know, you should really consider that. I know this guy who... Well, anyway, give me a call. We'll do lunch. Hey, Mr. Big Shot. I don't know what your problem is, but I left you 2 messages and you didn't call me back. Maybe now that you put Chris Benoit in the crossface, you think you're too good to talk to... Hold on a sec. Oh, hey there, Chris. What's up, champ? Wait, hold on, Benoit. No, don't...
Too bad you couldn't see your little pal here tap out just now. But I'll be seeing you tap tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally arrived at Survivor Series in Taz. The Survivor Series match itself is always a highlight, but this next matchup is one I've really been looking forward to. Chris Benoit's World Heavyweight title is on the line right here in the Smackdown main event. And did I mention, this is an ultimate submission match.
Nothing. What rock have you been living under for the past few weeks? Anyway, I can't say I like this guy's odds against Benoit without Nitro here to help him out.
We have to admit that most of Nitro's help seemed to backfire on him, partner. If you ask me, I think he's better off without him.
So here we are, a final climactic match. Ken Kennedy's playthrough on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 SmackDown side of things. Here going for the World Heavyweight Championship in an ultimate submission match.
Now that I have everybody's attention, would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds.
So amazing.
I hail
from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Kennedy. Wait for it. Wait for it.
So fun every single time. Might as well get one last one in there.
Of all the World Heavyweight Champions I've ever seen, I can't think of one who can match Chris Benoit's intensity night in and night out.
Not for nothing. Benoit's an intense dude, Cole. No doubt about it. And this ultimate submission match really favors the champion's style.
We've seen both competitors fall victim to the crippler crossface in the last few weeks. Will we see it happen again tonight? And if so, whom will it be?
The 30-minute ultimate submission match between Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle, Backlash 2001, one of the greatest grappling matches you can ever watch or experience. It's definitely one of the first matches to ever really exemplify to me old school grappling and new school wrestling, and the benefit that you present when you have that background, that athletic wrestling background, and you can introduce aspects of it to your matches. Chef's kiss. So here we are in an ultimate submission match. Looks like 20 minutes down there. 30 minutes was the original. I don't know why they didn't just tack on that extra 10. Make it fun for us, but should be plenty of time to break down Benoit there and get him to tap at least once. It is no disqualification, but can I not leave the ring? Oh, that's some horse shit. Oh, that's some bullfucky. What is that? You can't leave the ring. Oh, okay. Was it catch as catch can style? What is that? Oh my god. Editing Paul, what was that? I feel like that I'm associating that with this style. I also feel like I'm way off, but just straight grappling match, basically. That lovely type of match that felled Dean Malenko against Kidman, I believe, was it one of their last pay-per-views. Oh my god. I can't leave the bloody ring. So we will be focusing on a purely athletic contest, clearly. I guess the only thing I can do is fucking take off the turnbuckle pads here, which I guess I'll do. Take off that one. Oh, don't make moves at me, Nick Patrick. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Green Bay plunge immediately. I think one of the things I'm going to do and shoot for is here, get old Benoit on the crossface there, which he's been taunting us the past few weeks with. Seems only appropriate that we make him eat his own words there. Break down his head and arms there, folks. I'll teach you about this system, folks, if you've never used it here. The body that is displayed to the left and right of the names respectively there, left in Benoit's case, basically you want to break down all the limbs there to red or orange if you want a prayer of having them submit.
He's going straight for the submission, and this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match.
So to store that one, and basically to steal a finisher, you have to have one stored and max energy to boot. So we got to, again, beat on Benoit a little bit. Without letting him beat on me, so as long as we stay one up on him, it's not really a problem. Again, as I've said in my gameplay, in matches like this, I don't know if the computer knows what they're supposed to do. It's not like a computer really understands their, There you go, the crossface there. They don't really understand what they're supposed to do as far as get me in a move and hold them. No. Oh, and I like that they show you where the rope is, so you can see how close he is. Oh, you are going to tap to that move, you bitch. Use it on me week after week, make me look like a complete punk. Make your fingers tippy-tap on the mat to it. That's how it works. Breaking down. I will say, one of the reasons I'm so conflicted on Benoit is because of the fact that, he introduced a particular type of wrestling to me. His back and forth with Chris Jericho over the Intercontinental title across the year 2000 is probably one of my favorite feuds ever. Every single match, the ante was upped. These two brought the best of each other out, and it's just, anyone who watched that series, I doubt you'll disagree with me here.
Looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here.
Get back into the old crossface again. His feet are near the ropes, though, so that's going to be... Oh, he's far away from it. There he goes. We get 1 point there. One submission, one fall, as it were. Added up to the tally for Mr. Kennedy there, so we're 1-zip up on Chris Benoit there for the World Heavyweight title here at Survivor Series. Let's talk about Kennedy tagging in and out of a Survivor Series matchup, one of the pay-per-view ones I watched there, and sure enough, here we end our video, so it's rather appropriate. Paul at Nana's apartment, ever the effective storyteller. It's almost like I study and watch wrestling, and I love every aspect of it, so I know how to talk about it. I don't know if there's a submission. Okay, I was going to say, is there a headlock I can get him in or something like that? Tap again, you bitch. That's two. That's two for Kennedy. Oh, now I'm just playing my dinner with 14 minutes left. Jesus Christ. I said they should attack the 10 minutes on, and now I'm regretting that. I'm glad they walked away after 20. Might have editing Paul just jump to the finish because it's just going to be 14 minutes of me beating the tar out of Chris Benoit. He's already down and out. But yeah, I guess while I had Benoit's number here, I might as well talk a little bit more about my notes here from watching all of Kennedy's matches. But basically, yeah, Kennedy, first of all, watching the Money in the Bank match where he has a spot with Hornswoggle, I have written down here. I'm pretty sure this might be the only time the original McMahon's son there from the storyline where he had a bastard met who ended up actually being the bastard and a Hornswoggle there. I thought those are rather interesting that, you know, it was one of the few times these characters actually met. Vince McMahon was going to have a fictional bastard son. We all knew it was going to be Kennedy. Kennedy got the axe, and who did it end up being? Oh, a blonde Hornswoggle. Oh, so silly, but yeah, it's Money in the Bank. They actually met for a brief moment and had a spot, and there's that. But yeah, I feel if I were in charge of Kennedy in WWE, here's what I would have done. I would have given him a mid-card title in a stable, kind of like, oh, he ended up with Ace and Eights. It's almost like that fucking works for him. It's like they fucking did what they should have. But I would have given him a mid-card title based on his strengths because he could definitely hold a championship, I feel, and elevate some people in the ring with him. I would have had him have some muscle, maybe some people beside him that were his lackeys that complemented where he comes short. So, you know, I would give him like a tag team partner who can start a match strong. And I would... did he just slip right out of the way? That sneaky little devil he did. But I would give him someone who complements his style so that when he's in feuds with people, he can put them in tag matches and kind of hide his negatives in those tag matches, handicap matches, stuff like that. I would put the accents on his strengths and really just try to hide his negatives. Again, I feel like he's good enough so that if you gave him mid-card title, gave him multiple people to work with as they were coming up, you know, just give people something different to work with in him because he has enough so that he's going to give people interesting matches. I feel like he would be the perfect chicken shit heel. Like, I feel like he would definitely be one of those people where, you know, running away is his forte. He gets, again, not gassed, but he loses a lot of his energy after the opening little burst. So, you know, how do you accent that? In a lot of his matches that I was watching, he was running away a lot, but it wasn't, again, like it was a detriment to him. He was good at it. He's very animated. He can, you know, very visually make it look amazing just to run away. The way he sells to the ropes and sells to the corner, he does a good job at that. But you have to accent that in a way that makes sense. So make him a chicken shit heel, running away, constantly trying to save his title. If you can book the matches just so that he doesn't look like complete garbage in the finishes, which he doesn't, you're going to send the fans home happy with the experience no matter what. The bottom line is that you have to pair him with something that is going to make that beginning of the match and, you know, kind of the small meat and potatoes through the middle there. You have to give him someone who can make sure all those moments are covered. And other than kind of like the top stars like Undertaker, when they kind of fed him to Jeff Hardy, good God, was that so much of a stinker that you could hear the commentary team not know what to do because they're not telling a story. They're not giving them anything to go off of. And I shudder to think what it was like in the headsets there because I can't imagine it was easy because, again, it was so boring. They just didn't know how to start and kind of begin this match. You just have their entrances and then it's just like, oh my God, they don't know how to do anything. It's just painful. So we're now up 3 on Benoit. Also, there was a match Ken Kennedy was on one side of the ring with Cade and Murdoch, and Jeff Hardy was with Kendrick and London, basically building up this feud with Jeff Hardy and
they're in this tag match, and all of a sudden Kendrick comes in, this House of Fire, this guy who's nothing but energy, and Kennedy's in there, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, he's gonna feed Kendrick? He's gonna keep up with and feed a comeback for, Brian Kendrick? That's not gonna happen. He's the damn man with a plan. And sure enough, what's the first thing he does as soon as Kendrick gets in there, and he maybe take one strike from him, he tags the hell out. It's like, yes, know your role, buddy. Get the hell out of there. You do not belong in there with someone that quick who you cannot sell for. He was so tired. But yeah, I laughed my ass off when I saw that, because that's one of those things I could tell, like, okay, no, I'm getting this right, because, I was like, there's no way, and sure enough, he tags out immediately, and I'm going to have to find a clip of that. That was hilarious. So as we wind down this video here, overall, I will say Ken Kennedy, I'm glad I eventually saw him live. I'm glad he wound up in TNA and got to further his career in ways that he was not going to be able to do in WWE, stifled by people who did not care for him and storylines that just didn't favor his athleticism in the ways that they needed to. I'm glad that he got everything he did in his career. I'm glad he got a world title shot against Jeff Hardy. I think that fits, oddly enough. I'm so sad that he never got to experience what I feel like he potentially could have in the WWE World Championship-wise. But, that's how the cookie crumbles. You go where you can, you do what you can, and hopefully your career ends up all right. But, you have to adapt. That's the name of the game with wrestling. And Kennedy, he got more than some did, and you have to give him that. He started against the likes of The Undertaker, and he felt like if he had debuted 5 years earlier, he would have been perfectly fine where he was. But, that's the luck of the draw. I will say I'm glad I got to experience him. I'm glad he existed. I'm glad he exists. But, yeah, it's one of those things where, like LA Knight and like The Rock, some superstars just come around every once in a while that are, it's basically they're manifested by charisma a la Anakin and the Force. And Ken Kennedy belongs in that conversation. Imperfect as he may have been in the ring athletically, you cannot deny what he brought to the ring wasn't that bad either. As we go back into a crossface here, Chris Benoit, try and make that 4-zip. Oh, he's nowhere near the ropes. That's mine.
How could you not be impressed, Taz? These are some of the greatest superstars in the world, doing what they do best.
Hey, slow down, girl pants. I went into this expecting a good match. I'm just saying, it's even better than I thought. He knows his opponent is...
Oh, no, he's caught me. I thought it was going to be a regular one. This isn't a mash buttons. He's not... Oh, it's not going to be zilch. Oh, unless I get out of it like I did right there. Saved by the grace of whatever angel was paying attention to me there. Good Lord.
But that's easier said than done.
Oh, no, but now he's going to finish. Shit. Oh, no. And I can't get out of the ring to run away from him. Oh, this might not be a shutout, folks. So we had in that 2-minute warning. But I will say, as we go into the 2-minute warning, that one of the things I see very rarely, but I do like when I see it in Iron Man matches and matches of this sort. I always like it when, despite however much of a break there is between falls, quote-unquote, that, I feel like matches more often than not, Iron Man matches, especially in the latter part of the match, there should be falls right on top of each other. Like, say there's like 5 minutes left in an Iron Man match, a full 60-minute Iron Man match. There should be like a couple pinfalls right on top of each other. Just like, you guys should be tired enough so that it should be 1, 2, 3. There'll be a 30-second rest. And then like, guy gets up, drops him one more time with like a suplex. 1, 2, 3. Like, it should be that quick. Because at that point, you should be selling the fact that you're so exhausted, you're near dead. And it's just like, it makes sense. Why wouldn't you do that? I love when people are clever enough to put those in, because it obviously adds to the drama at the end of the match, the last few minutes. Oh my God, why not do that? Make it as climactic as you possibly can. The name of the game is storytelling, folks. He says not having a very dramatic end to this match, but it is a video game. These aren't two real people who have worked out the match beforehand. This is just one guy beating the tar out of the computer. I would love to end it on a submission, but there's really no point here. So it's like, looks like I will be walking away for zilch here. 20-minute ultimate submission match. Mr. Ken Kennedy here in the World Heavyweight title match against Benoit. Looks like we will be walking away with a strap here on Smackdown vs. Raw 2007. Under 40 seconds to go. Benoit there, writhing after the serious arse kicking that I've given him thus far.
End up winning a match like this? You're going to be feeling it for the next week. Yes, but this is dumb. Why is he risking everything by going up there?
Top rope nothing by fucking Ken Kennedy there.
I gotta tell you, I didn't expect
Break apart Benoit's leg to exit the match here. 10 seconds left.
Oh, I get another one. I realized I was going for a submission there. I thought it was just going to be a quick wrench and done with it, but we're going to end 5-0 here against Chris Benoit, the World Heavyweight Champion. Looks like we're going home with the big gold.
He did it. He did it. He beat the champion, Chris Benoit, in his own game. I never would have thought it after what we've witnessed the past few weeks, but we have a new World Heavyweight Champion here at Survivor Series.
And let's give credit where credit is due. Don't forget, the champ's got Johnny Nitro pathetic.
If anything, you should probably thank our GM Teddy Long for banning Nitro from ringside tonight. Our new champion proved he was at his best when he left to his own devices. What a night for him.
So after the end of our tale, Mr. Ken Kennedy walking away with a big gold there. That classic crumb ride, the World Heavyweight Championship, taking off Chris Benoit. So here we have WWE Magazine's final 2 cents on our storyline here. Johnny Nitro there trying to claim some responsibility for making Ken Kennedy the superstar he is now that he's World Heavyweight Champion. Well, we all know the person here behind the stars, Paul and his department. We thank you for joining us for another installment of Talking the Squared Circle here with Smackdown vs. Raw 2007. Thank you for popping by, ladies and gentlemen. And regarding any future time you choose to pop by, as always, we will see you then.